goes on, and the beat goes on. What's up, YouTube? Man, it's a good day today. It feels good outside. My glasses are dirty. It's a good day outside, bro. Like it looks beautiful outside, bro. It looks good outside. Like it's almost making me like super excited for like spring, bro. Man. Anyways, man, welcome to CAPSULE004. Welcome to my channel, Era. Right now I'm sitting in the parking lot of Taco Bell because I'm about to low-key give me a little post-gym meal. They got this little crunch wrap, this chicken crunch wrap that I've been like fiending to get. So I'm about to grab me like 2 of them joints, man, before I rest. Because, man, I got out of work, went straight to the gym. That's really been my schedule, man. I'm literally going back to the city. Like, when I say the city, I'm going back to Detroit. I'm not in Detroit right now. I'm working outside the city, but I'm going back home literally, I think, in a week or so. I'm doing something for a friend, and I'm literally going back to the place, bro, where I was stalked, harassed, and gang stalked, which is about to be so crazy and full circle. But I feel like it's also God saying, like, you know, I'm going to bring you back to the place that there were people who wanted you to be broken, scared to return to, you know, people who wanted you to almost feel like you was exiled out of that shit, bro. Like, it's like God is saying, like, I'm going to bring you back in that place better than ever. Better than who you were when these people were trying to break you down. And it's crazy, like, I'm gonna be on some low-key shit. Like, I'm not trying to go there to see no fucking body, but it's crazy how things turn around and how God will put you back in certain places, you know, that you had to go through the fire in. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it's weird. It's gonna be a real full circle moment, bro. It's, like, not even only that, but when I got, like, a call from a friend that I was, like, cool with in that building when I worked there, or not a call, but a text from her and stuff to come down there and shit like that. That was literally the day I hit my mom up to, like, tell her, like, you know, I still love you. No matter what we went through, you know, like, I'm not happy that you threatened me, motherfucker, and that we went through some weird shit and that you're denying my truth to me. But I'm not about to sit here and hold a grudge. But I'm also not about to have this relationship with you where, you know, I'm going to allow you to disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I can move on. But that don't mean now I'm expecting something out of you. That is me showing my mom, like, you know, I'm going to show you who I am. Because I realized when we was going through all this, bro, my mom was trying to make me out to be this person who was being difficult, and, you know, I was on this and I'm being crazy, and, bro, I did not like none of this shit. This really made me dislike my mother. But then when I realized what was making my mom lie, her insecurities, the fact that she ain't like her life, the fact that, you know, my mom doesn't like the position that she's in. That's why she was almost a certain way with me, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, because my mom didn't do the healing in her life, you know, I cannot expect this version of her that I'm coming to for myself. And I gotta understand, too, like, this version of myself that I'm coming to that's healthy, bro. That's almost, you know, this version of myself where I actually love myself, bro. I'm making better decisions for myself. That's why I'm able to take care of myself. That's why it'll always be a contrast when it comes to, you know, whatever is being said about me and when motherfuckers really get around me. And I have to realize, like, man, like, you cannot be so consumed in what people are saying about you. You cannot be so consumed in trying to defend a narrative that you know is being put out there because you've dealt with certain energies that just aren't really comfortable with who they are. You have to allow people to be in their ugliness, man, and not try to feel like you have to. You do not have to start a war with everything that feels like, it's like, how can I explain this, bro? Like, it's a new thing that I'm coming into, because when I went through everything, bro, that I went through, I was stalked, bro. I had motherfuckers trying to set me up, family trying to set me up, my cousin trying to steal my car. I had family members who knew about this shit, bro. I had other family members trying to do weird shit behind my back with my actual government fucking things, bro. And that was a lot to heal from. Like, I had to really sit down and, like, almost heal myself from being this person, bro, that kind of wanted to just get revenge in this sense, bro. Whether it was just, like, going up to them, telling them how I felt. But then I had to think about it, like, if these motherfuckers was almost, not even almost, if these motherfuckers was capable of doing weird, dark things like that to come up for themselves, what makes you think you gonna go to them, make them feel bad after they done already took that risk? And trust me, bro, when people do weird shit, they think about these things. They wanted to do these things. And sometimes these people really think that, shit, they can do these things and get away with them. You know, I don't know what makes people, I don't do weird shit like lie on people. And, bro, I never really been into that. I don't like bullies, bro. I don't like fake shit. You know, I've really worked on my energy, bro. I'm like really a diamond in the rough, dude. Like, it took a lot for me to get here. You feel what I'm saying? And it took a lot of facing myself to not turn out like the people who were trying to do weird shit and put me in weird situations. And that is like one of the biggest trophies I got in my life, bro. And that shit really puts a stamp and badge on your spirit, bro, to where when you get around people, people really see you for who you are because you're literally authentically being yourself. And one thing I learned about people who fake, dude, there is always going to be an exposing light near this person, because these people always slip up. These people always hit a breaking point. These people always hit a wall. It is what it is. And man, like, it's crazy. Like, every time I hit this point, this epiphany, and I'm healing, bro, it's like I get this weird, like almost divine breakthrough, bro, where certain things come back and it's like I'm being tested, and when I handle it right, I get a reward. I do not know how to explain this shit, bro. Whether it's like in my spirit where life just gets easier no matter what's going on, and I can just stomach this shit, I can get up and have this happiness about myself, or I can kick it with people in a way that, you know, I didn't even realize it brings energy, you know, to the relationships that you make. It's something about truth and when you live in that, bro. It's something about when you work on your inner light, when you really go through the test and the fire, bro, of challenges, bro, and you literally pick a side rather than become this victim to your reality. There's a power within that shit. And I realized everybody who went and told a lie on me, everybody who went and did weird shit behind my back, bro, these people, it's almost like when I'm in their presence, when I'm talking to them, I feel bigger than them. And that's not even me being funny, bro. It's like, it's because I see the shame within these people, and I realize what it looks like when you lie, when you go do weird shit, right? And you gotta understand, when people do weird shit to you, sometimes they want you to match their energy because it does something, right? It does something far as what the outcome plays out in, right? Because you've matched their energy. So sometimes, bro, to get that higher payout, to get that divine intervention, you have to be higher than what hit you. And every time I took the high road, every time I handled things with grace, every time I allowed myself to go through a certain pressure and I didn't let it defeat me. And a lot of people think fighting back against certain things, you know, means you get your justice, you get your get back. No, bro. Sometimes getting your get back means taking some shit, taking notes, and bowing out with grace, because now you get to act in the energy that these people would never be able to get to experience, because they didn't make the sacrifices that you made when it came to development. Some people think acting in your lower body makes you this, this and that. I'm this, woo woo, I hit back, I intimidate people. But I'm telling you, it's a power when you stand in the light and you actually know how to move out of love, bro. And don't think being all love and light means you're just gullible, people can attack you, you're naive. I used to think that shit, but it is a power in that shit, and it is a defense you will eventually learn how to act in once you go through that route of actually being in that authentic energy, embracing what does not feel good when it comes to, man, acting in grace and almost choosing a higher route, bro. Choosing a higher route, bro, is just not easy. And when you realize how many people are not actually bowing out with grace, choosing a higher route in certain situations, you start realizing you see a lot, bro. You see a lot. And sometimes, man, I've had so many conversations with some people who tell me situations that they've been in, that they've reacted to, that they've matched energy in, and they regret it, bro. I talked to so many people who've told me, like, bro, I wish I didn't do this. You know, I done fucked up and I did this, and now I hate the situation I'm in. And I sit there and I think about everything that I went through and how I wanted to react, bro, and how I did. And in some instances where I did kind of react in a certain way that I wish I hadn't, but I'm glad I didn't go too far, but I still felt the repercussions of trying to match energy, right? Because I wanted to show up, you know, and I wanted to prove I can be like that. And these people don't be wanting you to prove that you could be like that. Sometimes they just want you to match that energy because they know what comes from that. They know what comes out of that, right? Because they've been doing it. So they like, if I can get this person to act like this, man, that's my accomplishment. Because now I can see this person can get just as ugly as me. And this person ain't who I see them to be, right? There is a power in standing within love, bro, and in protecting yourself, holding boundaries. Most people cannot do this. Most people cannot do this. Those people y'all see out here living, you know, outside their means, they're materialistic. People look at these people, they just got it like that. No, bro. No. You know how much anxiety these motherfuckers got? You know how much pressure these people got on their back, that they put on their own back, and that they low-key hate themselves for putting on their back? But see, that performance means everything to them. These people are tired, bro. And see, I've been there before. I know what that shit feel like, and I have to tap out of that shit, bro. That's why everybody who did this, everybody who I went through some weird shit with, bro, it's like I can stand in front of these people and I can feel their shame, bro. I can feel the mask they hide behind, bro. That's why when some people bro, I'm telling you, it's deep, bro. That's why I'm so happy I made up with my mom in this way of saying, look, I forgive you. I ain't about to sit here and be like, you threatened me over and over and wait for you to admit that you threatened me so I can feel better. It won't make me feel better. But it does make me see a lot when my mom cannot admit something that she's done because it's shame. That ain't my mom being confident and like, yeah, you ain't getting your truth. Because at the end of the day, I know when I move on and I move with love, that hurts that person. You have to learn how to do your reversals in the best way, bro. In a way that it actually benefits you and not the other person. You know, when people are used to living their life in shame, hiding, people who are used to doing weird shit, getting away with it, leaving people in confusion, they get power from that. And it's not really a real power, it's a false power. And they only have that power for as long as you stay in that energy. That's why I'm telling you, some people are really marked themselves and they cannot be happy. And see, people find themselves in situations where they keep doing weird shit. They keep doing shit. It's like almost having a bad habit, you know, that you can't let go. You know, you don't get the same feeling every time you keep doing this bad habit. It gets heavier, gets heavier, gets heavier until you break. Right? And then you put yourself back together, and then you make that decision whether you're going to go back through that same situation. And it gets heavier, it gets heavier, it gets heavier. Because we all realize, bro, we only know this one life. And we all have this, like, weird fear, you know, of meeting our expiration date and feeling like, what did we do with this life, bro? And I get it. Some people wrap this shit in materials. Well, did I get everything that I want, you know? And I don't know, bro. Like, for myself, I'm realizing, like, I really get my richness, my love out of this shit when the closer I get to myself, the fact that I can kick it with people and feel this love, this deep sincerity, this deep closeness, bro. The fact that I can have epiphanies, that I can fall in love with looking at the fucking birds. This shit sound corny, bro. And it may sound corny to people who don't live their life like this, but I feel good, bro. Like, looking at myself, you know, thinking I look good. Like, damn, bro. Like I have this confidence I can't explain, bro. And then I also had these moments where I cried, bro, and I hurt from the things that I've been through. And sometimes you think when you heal over things, you know, it's never gonna hit you the same. No, like, sometimes you learn the things that you went through literally just become chapters that you can reread in and literally channel the emotions you felt in that moment. But when I think about shit that I went through with my family, the betrayal that I felt, the things that I still hold now that I know, I cannot make these people feel in a way that I feel. I cannot make these people give me the closure that I have to give myself. Bro, I still hurt from these things, bro. I still cry to my God. I still have these deep emotions. And I've realized, I remember I was talking to this one chick, and she said something like, she said something about happiness and how she always chooses to live in that, and she doesn't allow herself to be sad. And I'm like, and I had to disagree with her. I'm like, bro, it's crazy. Like, when I was telling myself that I can't feel this, I can't feel that, I realized that I was like, low-key, I was messing myself up, because it wasn't allowing me to heal. Because now it's like I'm kind of assuming this position to fake. And I had to like kick it with, I'm like, bro, I don't think you can always just be happy and you can always do this. And I'm like, nowadays I'm learning to just feel the emotions I feel through the experiences that I live, So if I'm feeling sad about some shit, it's best for me not to say I shouldn't feel sad about it, because sometimes shit does happen. And sometimes these things aren't really like this experience of love, and light. Sometimes you have to understand weird, dark things that have happened to you to understand and value now those good things that do come into your life. Because now it's like, man, like, I love when I have these moments when I'm feeling sad, bro, and I can talk to God, I can pray to God, and I can get angry, but then I can calm myself down. And I can like face that shadow within myself that want to act out. It's almost like I'm talking to that little girl in me, bro, who came from this idea, who's seen her family react to certain things, who've seen her mom always say this line of, it's always something. I remember my mom told me too, like, you won't all, she was like, she said something to me like, there's going to be a time you won't be able to breathe. And I remember I was believing that shit. But then I remember it was something in me that didn't want to believe that. And nowadays I tell myself all the time, don't ever tell yourself there won't be a moment you won't be able to breathe and make the right decision. And sometimes you're going to have to spam something and just do something. Nah, you're going to always have a moment to breathe. Because that's all, it is all within your ability to make that happen for yourself. When I was going through what I was going through, when I was being stalked, when I see her, I'd be like, bro, it could have went so different if I reacted to things in a way of letting myself go and not believing in myself that what was happening to me was not because I deserved it, but because I was dealing with people who were going through things and who've, almost, it's like I realized, like, man, like, sometimes it is deeper than you. And like, man, like, sometimes I think if I would have just thought about things differently, if I would have hurt and allowed myself to just hurt in this way of feeling depleted and that nothing could get better, and that if I didn't have this belief in myself, bro, that I probably would have been exactly how all these people wanted me to be. And I realized that I was being attacked because these people didn't want me to have this strength that I already had. These people were trying to break me. And when I realized, like, damn, they breaking you, bro, because it's something in you that's low-key making you stronger than who they are, and people will attack you for your strength. People will test you. And I noticed, like, bro, if you already know people gonna test you because they see something in you and they may not believe that, it's like, it's really a compliment, bro. And I had to look at it like that. Although it hurt to be tested and have people, do and say weird shit, and now you in weird situations, I'm like, look, bro, when you the shit, you gonna go through a lot of shit, bro. Because there is gonna be a lot of people who don't believe you. And I can say that. Some people can't talk about themselves in this way because they don't believe it. But I believe it, bro. I done really went through some shit where I'm like, bro, most people would have not made it out of this. Because some people are not really kind to themselves. When I was going through this and looking at the people who were attacking me, these people were not confident in their life, bro. They hated themselves. That's why it's like, I would literally talk to some people at my job, bro. And I would be having these authentic conversations and I'd be finding myself laughing. And I would catch some of these people break a bit, where they would come out of this performance of ha ha, and they would look at me with this, or I would say something like just, and I was never a bragging type of person, bro. I was going through shit, bro. But I would go to work and I'd be happy about the little shit that I have because I would talk to certain people and I would see them have more than me and complain about certain things. And I'm like, bro, you don't understand. I don't even got to work and shower right now. and you blessed to have all this, and you complaining about that, it'll make me feel better about my life. And it'll make me almost be more appreciative. And when I would have this energy come out of me, I would have some of these people, and they will like tighten up, or sometimes I'll see some change in their smile. Or some people say some weird shit to me like, you're just so tough, you're just so da-da-da. But it would be with this fakeness, and I'll be like, what the fuck? But although I didn't like seeing this shit, they'd be like, motherfucker, I'm glad I'm in this position. Because I would hate to get elevate and then talk to somebody who has less than me and not be able to make them feel almost happy for what's to come if they just keep being grateful. Because, bro, there are blessings to come for those who, man, look, man. To my people out there, bro, I'ma always keep pushing positivity. Look, I ain't no punk, though. I done went through some shit, and it sucks, bro. And I know I talk this love and light, but there are times you have to defend yourself, and it's not the way it looks, bro. Sometimes it's not the way it seems. Some people feel like they gotta be, and no, you don't. But sometimes just being confident is enough. You need, and I realized me smiling, me getting up after a motherfucker pushed me down, spit on me, was enough to make a motherfucker go, oh, snaps, without me having to go, but to like do for myself and go, just get up and be like, I'm smooth, I'm good. To keep doing what I'm doing, taking my time, not moving because I'm trying to prove something, but like moving at my pace, how it made people angry. I'm like, this is the power. This is where it's at. You don't understand how many apologies I have in my phone, bro. From after 2025, old friends hitting me up, admitting with each apology they giving me, admitting more shit that they tried to hold back because they just wanted to see me come back to them. I didn't have motherfuckers apologize to me and tell me they weren't going to tell me everything they did to me until I came and talked to them. Have a good day. People, bro, I'm telling you, some people just want to be around you for the peace that you've acquired in your life and not because they really want to make amends with you. Some people just want your peace, bro. They want your energy. So I'm literally urging anybody who's been through some weird shit, bro, you ain't even got to match these people's energy. You got some weird shit happen to you, put up your boundaries. Your boundaries is going to be your strongest weapon. It's like an OP sword, bro. It's like a sword that's a level 100. You feel what I'm saying? And you almost get this, like, you almost get this aura, right? Because it's like everybody can see you got this sword on you, but you not around this, I got the sword, I got the level 100 sword. It's like people just see it on you, and they all gonna wonder, like, damn, I mean, you got it. Why you don't use it? Because you ain't got to. And it's at this level because you use it for when you really need to use it, bro. So you're not wearing off this energy. It's like, it's hard to explain. I know it's a weird analogy, bro, but it feels like I have this sword on me that's like a level 100. And it's from something that I've earned. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm seeing people, brag about, I don't know how to explain it, bro. But it's like, man, like, choose the high road every time. If I can give you any advice for somebody who's went through betrayal, family doing weird shit, dark shit, for me surviving, plots, tactics against me, bro, choose the high road. But literally become best friends with yourself. Nurture that broken spirit. Sacrifice that broken spirit, bro, to your Lord, bro. I don't know who you believe in, but anything that you pray to that is within the light, the Lord of hosts governs over them. So we all praying to that same light. If you literally pray to the light, bro, you are a good person. You move out of the love heart frequency. I'm telling you, we all praying to the same motherfucking entity then. And the Lord of hosts governs over all of those entities, bro. So let me tell you something. Keep moving within love, bro. Keep getting close to yourself, because you will not know God until you actually get to know yourself. You got a lot of people out here faking. Oh, I believe in Jesus. And they grab onto these parables literally. And they don't realize that you have to discern and you have to read these things and break the riddles and understand why these stories are being told about these people. Because we are literally living through that narrative. You got a lot of people faking. And once you understand these things, you're going to see the fakers and you're going to see the motherfuckers who really doing this shit, bro. Look, man, this was just a little random yap session because I've been feeling good and I really see a lot of good things happening for me in my life. And that's not even me obtaining a bunch of things, but that's just me moving in this energy, bro, where this is now becoming more of an adventure then it's becoming this burdening thing I have to show up to every day and prove something. I ain't gotta prove shit. And you don't either, bro. So please do not be waking up, I gotta prove myself. No, you don't. You gotta live through this shit, and you gotta learn, and then through that learning and you going through these obstacles and moving the way that you want to move, because, bro, what you put out is what you get back. So look, I don't know what that looks like for you. That's why I don't really come out here trying to persuade people to be a certain way. I feel like people gonna do what they want to do. But if I can say anything, bro, for my people who've been pushed down, you know, who hate the feeling of getting up, and they feel almost like ashamed for not fighting back for themselves because they feel like they gotta do it in a certain way, take those hits, okay? Take the humiliation that's trying to be put on you, and take the high road, bro. Take the high road, bro. Bow out with grace. Put up your boundaries, and always choose the love at the end of the day, and watch the actions that you put out, because you're going to have a lot of people coming up to you, and that's what's really going to strengthen your discernment, because a lot of people out here are faking, and you only going to be able to discern and know authentically who people are when you actually go through that fire and face yourself. I hope I'm making sense to some people, bro. I just really wanted to come out here and speak, because I've been kicking it with a lot of people at my job. And it just, man, I've been hearing some good fucking stories, and I've been hearing some stories I've been feeling bad for, because some people fell victim to matching that energy and going up against something that was happening to them that was dark, when they had to just endure and face it, and then listen to that inner guidance. But some people went against themselves, and I'm realizing that inner guidance is everything, bro. And there will be a shadow, and there will be a light. And I'm telling you, you're going to have to fight against that shadow, bro. Because that shadow, you may match that energy and it may feel good in the moment, bro. But you're going to be on the same level as that motherfucker. Trust me. Trust me. And if anybody trying to bring you down, they're lower than you. So literally stay where you are. If you see motherfuckers trying to pull you down, knock you down, spit on your name, try to create a false image of you that you know that's not you, bro, you going to argue with that? That's this big, bro. I'm telling you, anything that's trying to bring you down, these motherfuckers is lower than you. Keep going, bro. And do not believe. Look, man. Keep your head up, G. I love you. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but you listening to somebody who done went through some shit, bro. One day I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna tell some story times. I'm gonna tell y'all about starving like Marvin. I'm gonna tell y'all more about the chick who was lying on me, who I knew liked me and was almost abusing me because I didn't like act in this way of liking her how the way she wanted me to act it out, so she could feel good and confident where she sat. Look, bro. And I'm going to tell y'all the story about the family shit that I found out. You know, the betrayal that I found out. Motherfuckers taking my identity, doing weird shit behind my back with my fucking government official things, bro. I'm going to tell y'all about all this shit. But right now, I'm not focused on about that, because I'm not really... If I do it now, it's going to seem like I'm trying to do this expose and I'm trying to get my piece off. Right now, I'm healing, bro. Right now, I'm getting stronger, bro. Right now, I can stand in front of these people right now and they will not be able to face me, bro. And to me, that means way more than to me doing this the right way. So when I can actually come and really talk about these things, bro, that it actually touches the people that it needs to touch, and I can actually help some people who may be going through these things. Because trust me, it's going to get worse. Trust me, everybody who went against me was all about them not feeling good in their placement, them wanting more money, so they taking briberies. Look, bro, I'm not the only person going through this, and I realized to talk about this confidently, I had to stop looking at myself like I was going through this rare thing. No, it's common. It's people being backstabbed every day, and people are literally being tested to see if you gonna trick yourself out of that divinity, and you gonna match these people energy and then be just like them. And sometimes fighting a motherfucker how they fight you is literally making yourself just like these people. So try to be better, bro. This is a little random yap session. I'm about to go to Taco Bell, order me a little chicken wrap. You know what I'm saying? I love you, bro. Whoever watching this video, I love you. You know, protect yourself. Protect your spirit. Get close to yourself, man. You know, don't be so hard on yourself. It is hard, bro. And there's so many challenges out here. There's so many tricks and games out here to make you feel a certain type of way. And I don't even have the answers, bro, to tell you how to get out of this shit, bro. Sometimes you just gotta go and face shit. You gotta face the shit that hurts. You know, and come out of it with love and understanding. And with that, bro, you're gonna see the growth. You're gonna see the strength. You feel what I'm saying? And once you get that weapon, that level 100 sword, keep it. Don't start using it all willy-nilly, trying to show off. Don't do all that, man. I'm talking about your gifts. You know, when you raise through the ranks spiritually, bro, you get powers. Don't think you gotta be dangerous, you know, to be actually somebody who people are gonna learn not to fuck with. Sometimes you gotta do things in a different way. You know? Pressure makes diamonds, bro. Understand, you gotta go through it, man. If you breaking and you snapping out, you ain't gonna never be that diamond. You ain't a diamond, you're glass. You feel what I'm saying? And there's a lot of motherfuckers out here that's moissanite. You know what I'm saying? So which one you gonna be? You gonna be the real thing, or you gonna be the lab created thing? And I ain't shitting on moissanite, whatever. You know, I even wear moissanite. I ain't tripping. But I'm talking in analogies of spirit, man. Spirit. I don't give a fuck about materials, you know? But be kind to yourself, bro. Seriously. It's tough out here. And, you know, spread that love to those who are willing to receive it, you know? And learn from it. But be careful of those who will abuse it and who will misuse it, you know? I love you. And stay well. Whoever you are. Whoever watches this video. And I'll see you in the next episode. This was just a little yap session.